Our helicopter was loaded, and we were headed for Powderland.
If I yell out at night, there's a reply of blue silence. The screen is no comfort, I can't speak my sentence. They blew the lights at heaven's gate, and I don't know why. But if I work all day on the blue sky mine, there'll be food on the table tonight. Still I walk up and down on the blue sky mine. There'll be pay in your pocket tonight. The candy store hoppers lie to the shareholders. They're crossing their fingers, they pay the truth makers. The balance sheet is breaking up the sky. So I'm caught at the junction, still waiting for medicine. The sweat of my brow keeps on feeding the engine. Hope the crumbs in my pocket can keep me for another night. And if the blue sky mining company won't come to my rescue, if the sugar refining company won't save me, who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me? But if I work all day on the blue sky mine, there'll be food on the table tonight. And if I walk up and down on the blue sky mine, there'll be pay in your pocket tonight. And some have sailed from a distant shore, and the company takes what the company wants. And nothing's as precious as a hole in the ground.
The deepest, driest powder we've ever come across. If the word gets out about Revelstoke, this isolated powder skiing mecca may be to skiing what the Columbia River Gorge is to windsurfing. Anyway, with the amount of skiing terrain available, no matter how many people come, we'll still get untracked powder all day, every day, in the Selkirks and the Monashees.
This is the Tantalus mountain range in the Coast Mountains of British Columbia. These mountains can be seen from the top of Whistler 30 miles away. They are much more rugged, dropping steeply down into the Pacific Ocean on the west side. The only reasonable way to get here is by helicopter, a quick 15-minute trip from Whistler. This is not the type of skiing terrain you'd find in the boundaries of a ski area. And the skiers we came here with are not the type you generally find skiing in bounds either. Most of these mountain faces have never before been skied, which is why we were here, and also what you come to expect when you set out on a ski adventure with Trevor Peterson and Eric Peyota. They will begin up on the ridge, ski down the north face, and onto the icefall below. The dangers they are exposing themselves to are avalanche, falling into a crevasse, or just sliding endlessly down the steep face. To give them a better feeling of the snow conditions, they stayed on the mountain overnight, so they could see how much freezing would occur. The plan was to get up early and hike into position with the first light, so they would be ready to film when the helicopter arrived with the RAP film crew. These two skiers are quickly gaining recognition as extremists that will challenge any skiable slope. Trevor and Eric have charted new ski routes and have many first ascents to their credit. They usually climb the slope before skiing it so that they know the snow conditions. With crampons, ice axes, and ropes if needed, they make their way up the slope they've decided to ski. Steve Flynn of Blackcomb Helicopters knows Trevor and Eric well and has worked with the RAP film crew before and was confident about getting involved in a situation like this. By the time we arrived, they were in position at the top of the 1,500-foot, 60-degree slope. Eric stepped off the ridge with his first turn. The snow was firm and holding his edge. Trevor dropped into a similar line. Although this looks extremely dangerous, actually it's all relative. Trevor and Eric assess the risk and make a decision based on good judgment. We can't underestimate the steepness of the slopes they ski. Trevor reaches out with his hand and steadies himself on a 60-degree slope. The conditions on Tantalus were perfect for the descent. At the wrong time of day or year, this would have been a deadly ski run. Trevor and Eric have another first descent on their scorecard.
In almost any ski resort, you'll find the best skiers doing the worst jobs. For the true ski bum, real time is measured in free skiing hours, not time working. Martin Bouillon washes dishes. He's what you call a dish pig. But if you live and work in a ski town, being a dish pig is not a bad thing. He works at the base lodge from 4 till midnight, 5 days a week. That leaves 7 days a week to ski. And when he's not spraying, scrubbing, wiping, and drying, he's out on one of the best all-round ski mountains in the world, Lake Louise. heard about Martin from Kirk Jensen, a regular skier in all of the Snow Zone movies. Kirk works on the hill as a manual groomer. Manual groomers put up wind fence, pick rock, shovel snow, fix trails, and generally try to appear busy as they shred around the mountain. Lake Louise is the kind of hill that appeals to ski bums. It's big enough, diverse enough, and challenging enough to keep your inspiration level up. And there are few resorts in the world that have a ski season that lasts as long, 7 months, from November to May.
Valdez, a place you would expect to see fishermen and oil tankers, not skiers. A very real town where people value their isolation from the outside world. The real purpose of our Alaskan expedition was to conquer the outback on our own terms. We used Mike Kozad's St. Lodge as a jumping-off point to countless surrounding peaks, yet to be named or skied. Brought with us Kirk Jensen, Trevor Peterson, Eric Peyoda, and a new face on the scene, Wendy Brookbank.
Lemonade ray gun, make a movie and a TV show. You be just hide synthetic trees just like the real ones on BT. Mother Nature, Father Time used to be good friends of mine, but now we put them in a home, filed under uses unknown. No pop, no style is a phrase out of phase to praise what's worthwhile. This is as good as it gets. This is the best. Let's catch the last rays of civilization. Tune into a subspace station. Turn up the DJ. Let's get lost in intergalactic punk rock hip hop. You or me, X, Y, Z to A, B, C. Me, us, we are one. I am you and you are me. X, Y, Z to A, B, C. You, me, us, we are one.
Meanwhile, U.S. freestyle ski team members Trace Worthington and Chip Milner had just arrived in Whistler Village. They came here with promises of giving new meaning to the word airtime.
What you're looking at could be the end of a particularly terrifying nightmare.
Trace Worthington, 1992 overall combined world freestyle champion. Chip Milner, a person with a very sick concept of fun.
Sweating on the top line at the airline, check in, not check out. Wish I could get the hell out. This is no joke. We could go up in smoke or plummet to the ground as the jeep will pulls us down. Ride, get uptight, throw a 7 in the clouds and out go your lights. City to city, state to state, roasting coast to coast in a megaton freight crate. On the runway on a one-way trip to heaven, it's hell on wheels in the 747. I get a little freaky when there's only air is stopping it. As soon as it fell, we drop right. The jump in the air, it's a total nightmare. At 20,000 feet, the jump in the air, it's a total nightmare. At 20,000 feet. Well, are you ready for a rough ride? This could be suicide. Turbulence ahead, I think my lunch is on the uprise. Far out, this dread ain't funky. My hair's on end, there's no blood left in me. It's not the car or the bus, the train, it's the plane. When we hit top speed, it's always the same. Sweating red hot, but chilled to the bone. Side to side, bouncing around the ozone. I'll be hypnotized, pretend the fears paralyze me. All around me, people grinning, laughing while my head is spinning. Shaking like a leaf from my head to my feet. Strapped to the seat at 20,000 feet.
In the spring, we came back to British Columbia to experience a different kind of skiing. An old, rugged mountain range, the Selkirks are the Alps of Canada, where the Trans-Canada Highway weaves its way through the famous Rogers Pass en route to the Pacific coast. High up in these mountains is an alpine hut called the Selkirk Lodge. We came here with free skier Kirk Jensen. Evan Feen, this is the territory he's used to. And Kristen Ulmer, one of the new breed of American extreme skiers. Trevor Peterson is a classic extreme skier, known for his first descents on some of the toughest routes in North America. This is the international ski destination resort called Selkirk Lodge. It has everything you'd expect to find at a world-class resort, except hotels, restaurants, nightlife, running water, electricity. It also has no lift lines. For that matter, no lifts at all. The only people you'll see up here are the people you come with. To stay in this hut and venture off each day in search of a new ski adventure is a true mountain experience. Trevor takes on an open face. 50 degrees plus of rock and ice. This is where the classical technique of extreme pays off. It's precise, calculated, no room for error. Kirk drops in. Kristen Ulmer. She likes to push her limits to the max and is not intimidated by the steeps or air. The backcountry experience can be approached in many different ways. We chose a radical high-energy path with extreme skiers and snowboarders looking for new steep slopes. Most people come here to tour across country or telemark in a range of mountains they can have all to themselves. It doesn't matter what you come here for, but when you leave, you might have a greater sense of what these mountains are all about.
The Breakfast Creek Hotel is on mystery road. Walk through Eden's garden and then wander as you go. Your dream world is just about to end. Fall. Your dream world is just about to fall. Your dream world is just about to fall. Sign says honeymoon to rent. Flowerland ends with dreamland comes. The sun comes up and we all run. Those wheels must turn. Your dream world is just about to end. Fall. Your dream world is just about to fall. Hey, your dream world is just about to end. Fall, 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 fall. Your dream world is just about to fall.
With nothing better to do than follow snowstorms across North America, we hit the road once again. Destination, Taos, New Mexico, to hook up with some skiers from the U.S. Pro Mogul Tour. Meet Jim Moran, Scott Kennett, Kristen Ulmer, Scott Harrington, and Bill Carrick. The locals at Taos were about to be in for a big surprise when they saw this crew. This mountain is a paradise for bumpers and the perfect mountain for a ski-off with some of the hottest bump skiers in America.
Each year, RAP plans a trip into extreme backcountry where we can explore new territory and find ski runs that have never before been attempted. This year, we came to Albert Glacier and the surrounding peaks in British Columbia in early May. We came here in search of serac-infested ice fields, steep couloirs that had never before been skied, and mountain faces that are so steep they make a skier look as though he's defying gravity. In the backcountry, extreme skiing has to be taken very seriously, because when skiing on ice like this, there's always the possibility of an accident. One wrong turn and this glacier will swallow a skier and spit you out 10,000 years from now. Our team consisted of Bob Coakley and Trevor Peterson, who we considered a necessity on a trip like this. We had to bring a lot of safety gear like ropes, crampons, beacons, and ice axes, hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. Kirk Jensen came in from Lake Louise, and Eric Peyoda, an important part of the Whistler Extreme team. Martin, our dishwasher from Lake Louise, and snowboarders Alex Warburton and John Boyer were also with us. We set up a base camp in nearby Selkirk Lodge, and with our jet helicopter, miles of extreme terrain was accessible within minutes. We were here for a week, and the skiing available was beyond our expectations. Each day we would get into our helicopter and fly around, scoping out new lines to ski. This was helicopter skiing, but not how most people think of it. The helicopter was used to get us to an area, but once we were there, we would climb the steep pitches. Every day we found new pitches that had never before been skied. The week couldn't have been better. We had our own private helicopter and miles of terrain. The spring snow was unskiable everywhere except the steep north-facing slopes, and they were uncharacteristically stable and skiable for this time of year. The first turn on every slope would start the top layer of snow moving, giving the skier a sensation of surfing. Being able to come here with our own helicopter and guide was definitely a very unique experience. There was nothing to stop us from skiing anything we thought was possible. We felt we had discovered a new type of skiing, heli extreme skiing. It's getting into a previously unskied area quickly and easily, and then climbing the face first before skiing it. This allowed us to make numerous extreme first descents while we were here. Albert Glacier had everything we came for: steep faces, couloirs, and radical ice fields. We moved down onto the ice field and into the seracs.
Don't you wonder, is anyone that strong? It takes me under, believing what I'm seeing. I get so tired of watching friends go down. A hungry tiger, for all will never begin. Fighting bullets, fighting the clouds. Fighting bullets, fighting the clouds. I saw the show, shaking all the babies. Should I believe the parade of clever lies? Shadow of lies, in the shadow of death. There is no difference to all who never began. Fighting bullets, fighting the clouds. Fighting bullets, fighting the There was a time, there was a way to live, and it's no secret.